This week on Previous World Weekly, Vegeta takes on Bugs Bunny, Stone Cold takes on superheroes, and Netflix takes on the old guard. Get ready to wipe it down right now on Previous World Weekly.
Previews World, it is Wednesday. It is New Comic Book Day, which means it's time for Previews World Weekly. I'm one of your hosts, Troy Jeffrey Allen.
I'm your other host, Ashton Greenwood.
There you go. Oh man, no lag this time. I love it. This is exciting now.
Yeah.
It's usually just like, but no, we got it. Okay. We'll just cross our fingers and hope it stays that way. And hope that my microphone actually cooperates this time, because it's not been cooperating in the last few streams we've been doing. As always, we want to remind you guys, look, actually, before I even get to that, we did not plan this ahead of time. I decided I was going to wear my Back to Comeback shirt. Ashton decided separately she was going to wear her Back to Comeback shirt.
So did I.
Yeah, so it just happened to work out that way. Sorry guys, I apologize, but I kind of dig it. Actually,
I don't.
You don't apologize. I thought you were saying you don't
apologize.
Okay.
No, I do dig it. I'm here for it. Support your local comic shop.
There you go. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm a little bit surprised. Not to make this about the shirts too much, but typically our shirts, we get a lot of shirts internally that we wear to conventions, right? And the quality is not that great. But I have to say,
all over the map. Sometimes they're really good. Sometimes they're a little wonky.
Right. But I have to say, this is actually a pretty quality shirt. Like, I have to give them credit.
It's comfy.
It's comfy, right? Yeah. I was actually a little surprised. It'd been kind of sitting in my closet for a couple of days, and I was like planning to do a challenge video, and then I finally put it on the day. I'm like, oh, hey, all right. I like it. Anyway, so yes, all that to say, back the comeback, use the hashtag, let us know how you're supporting your local comic shop, let us know what your local comic shop is doing in this, I want to say post-COVID world, but we're not past it. I don't care what anybody says. We're still in it, and we're all coping the best way we can, particularly as comic book fans. Me personally, I have already paid for my copy of Deadly Class number 44, so I'm going to go to Third Eye Comics today and go pick it up. So that's what I'm doing to back the comeback. But let's just kind of do the getting to know you thing real quick, Ashton. What have it's been 7 days since we last did the show. Has anything penetrated the nerd sphere that you occupy in the last 7 days? Anything of interest?
Yeah. Okay, so I've been obsessively watching Avatar, so much so to the point that my mom's like, "Do you have nothing else to do?" I just need to watch it. But I also love Tumblr, so I've been on Tumblr. I've been scrolling through Tumblr. Right, total mistake. And I just discovered that Katara and Zuko is a ship that everybody wanted. And I guess when Avatar was on the first time, ships weren't a thing yet, or if they were, I wasn't old enough to be aware. But people are adamant that Katara and Zuko should have ended up together. And there's a lot of very impressive, really cute fan art on Tumblr, and I love it.
Okay. No, I told you I recently started watching Avatar, and for the first time, actually, you've seen it. Of course, you've seen it. You saw it when you were younger, right? Is that the deal?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. See, I was in college when Avatar came out.
Okay.
So I wasn't at all interested in Nickelodeon shows at that point in time. Actually, I might have been. Was All That still on TV? No, All That wasn't still on TV. No, I wasn't interested in Nickelodeon shows at the time. But I just aged myself. I know. The show was really captivating, and I've experienced some feelings about some of the pairings happening. I got to the point recently where Ong and oh god, I can't remember his name. Zuko's sister, not Zuko's sister. Sorry, Katara, are trapped in a cave together, and they have to share a kiss. And I had a moment where I was like, when watching, it was like, actually, I kind of want this to happen. Yeah, let's make this happen. So as much as I hate shipping. Sorry guys, as much as I hate it, I'm guilty of it. I'm guilty of it in that instance, and I'm sure I've been guilty of it in the past. Anyway, some other cool things we saw this week. There's this thing called the Wipe It Down challenge. Have you caught wind of this?
Yeah, I went on a bit of like a Twitter and TikTok black hole watching these challenges.
Yeah.
I think Will Smith's was the best, but
Oh, I
yeah,
didn't see
it's
that.
really funny.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's funny. What? Okay, yeah. Wait a minute. Now I want to see this. That's pretty good. Bonus for the ending. I love that. Although I will say that
Right?
Will Smith does not clean his own mirrors. That's a lie. Anyway. But yeah, so like it's been a thing all week, and like the first one I saw was actually this really cool video of this girl doing an anime challenge. I don't know if Johnny has it primed and ready, but like it was kind of neat because like I all the ones although it took me a while to realize after the fact that like it wasn't an anime thing. Like it was kind of more of like a Instagram thought type of thing, I guess I want to say.
Okay.
and,
Yeah. Fair.
but like the anime one was actually really cool. So if you get a chance, just I don't know, I can't, maybe I don't, like if Johnny can tell me in the chat, in the private chat, who the girl was who did the anime one, we'll let you guys know. But I thought it was actually pretty cool. Besides that,
Maybe you can like retweet it on Previews World or whatever.
Actually.
That way you can just tell everyone, go to Previews World and it'll be there.
Okay. All right. No, okay. There you go. Perfect. You know, we got the Will Smith one. The Will Smith one was fun. So we'll go with that. I'll try to find it and retweet it. Outside of that, there's an Old Guard trailer. Did you get the chance to catch the Old Guard trailer this week? It's a new Netflix show that's coming out with Charlize Theron.
Yeah, I didn't realize there was a new trailer. I've seen the previous one. I don't know like what I'm doing with my time that I wasn't even aware of this, but I guess I'm gonna watch it right now.
Well, no, it's based on a Greg Rucka comic that's actually fairly new. Like the Greg Rucka book came out, I want to say it was like a year ago. And yeah, it's Charlize Theron, and like Netflix has been kind of like scooping up all these non-superhero comic book properties as of late and having success with them. Like we just had Extraction, of course. Before that, there was of course Umbrella Academy. They did have the Marvel movies before, but then that whole thing went sour. But they've still maintained a desire to adapt comic books, and I'm interested to see how far this goes with Netflix, because I think a lot of properties that wouldn't normally get a chance to be made into any sort of live action release are getting a chance. So I'm actually all for this. I'm really excited about this. So you caught the trailer? What did you think?
I really like Charlize Theron, so I'll watch pretty much anything that she's in. I have to admit, I have like virtually no knowledge of like what the plot would be, but I'm down to give it a try. It looks awesome. I love a good action movie.
Yeah. I mean, that's what pulled me into Extraction, which is like, oh, it's just an action movie. There's no big special effects or no capes or no powerful rings or any of that stuff. It's just an action movie, and I very much love action films. So, so one of the topics we're going to talk about later today in the show is OP characters, overpowered characters, right? Little spoiler alert, right? And I saw something this past weekend, just to wrap this up real quick, that reminded me of one overpowered character that exists in the known universe, and that is Stone Cold Steve Austin. I found this. I actually managed to figure out who actually originally made these, but toyarc.com did a series of images of Stone Cold, of a WWE Stone Cold toy, giving the Stone Cold Stunner to just about every character imaginable. There was the God of War character, there was Goku, there's Batman, which I'm sure upset a lot of people, and there's a really epic one with Optimus Prime that I absolutely love. And it just reminded me that, like, I think we'd already had this conversation about overpowered characters before, but I'm gonna have to add Stone Cold to that list. Like, I think that the Stone Cold Stunner is undefeated. And I will point out, someone mentioned on the free comic book day comments, President Donald Trump has also received the Stone Cold Stunner. So,
of course. If you can catch a beer being launched at you from like 15 feet away, shotgun it, and give someone a stunner in one fluid motion, like you're OP for sure.
You're OP. Like, I mean, yeah, the hand-eye coordination is undefeated, and like, yeah, so salute you, Stone Cold. And we'll talk a little bit more about overpowered characters a little bit later in the show. But yo, it's time for what's at comic shops. Let's give a little nod to some of the books that we're taking a look at and see what's on the new release shelf this week. Check it out. So, hallelujah indeed. It is New Comic Book Day. Don't let anybody tell you different. And so, Ashton, what is your pick from the new release shelf this week?
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to Bog Bodies from Image Comics. It's by Declan Shalvey and Gavin Fullerton. And I have to admit, this is one of the books that, like, I'm just scrolling through the Previews World new releases page, and it just caught my eye. So I had no prior knowledge of it. And sometimes those are the best finds, like ones that you're not anticipating that just take you by surprise. So it's about an Irish gangster running from a job gone wrong, and he runs into the Dublin Mountains where he finds this woman who is injured and unarmed, and he kind of takes her in. And so they're lost in the mountains, and they're trying to figure out, you know, how to evade the people that are chasing him, chasing the gangster, and also how to get out of the bog, how to stay alive. And so in doing all of that, they stumble upon this part of the bog that served for a long time as a burial ground for like horrible, brutal, heinous murders. So now they have to kind of deal with the energy, so to speak, that's coming from that bog. Okay. And it's really wrapped up nicely into like this crime. It's a crime story, but it also has like undertones of survival, regret, like relationships and how you lean on each other. And I think the thing that I'm looking forward to the most is like how these two characters develop in terms of how they interact, what they mean to each other. Like, knowing that it's Image, it's likely not going to take like that weird, like romantic turn, but like I'm very interested in like what their relationship is and how they function for each other and like how they come to lean on each other, because you know they will. So check that out on PREVIEWSworld.com. There's some preview pages if you want to kind of get a feel for it, and also a trailer.
Okay, nice. No, and actually, I will point out that that's Declan Shalvey, who did a really great series, Moon Knight run with Warren Ellis like a few years back, and he's actually a great artist. He also did a Wolverine series not too long ago. So, top quality art, and definitely worth checking out. And this is a collection, right? I mean, it's a trade paperback. It's not a single issue, or.
Yeah, it's a graphic novel.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah. So there you go. One and done. How about that? You can knock it out this week and then go back to your local comic shop next week for something new. So my pick this week is actually a book that I have said, I want to say at least twice on this show, I've said that I was going to play catch up on, and I still have not done it. I am stockpiling them, but I'm stockpiling individual issues because I am certain that when this is over with, it is going to be something special. And that book is Green Lantern by Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp. Season 2 kicked off a few months ago, and issue 3 is out this week. Morrison has been doing his take on the Green Lantern. Anybody who knows me, or anybody who can see my shelf behind me, can tell you that I am very much a Grant Morrison fan. I am a fan of how he gets characters down to their most quintessential, like just like, you know, elements, like the things that really make them who they are and what makes them special, what makes them unique. So I love that he's tackling that with the Green Lantern, who's always been a character I've had kind of like a peripheral like attachment to. Like I've always read him in crossovers, and I've read big books like the Parallax story and some of the Rebirth stuff, but I've never been like diehard Green Lantern. So, but overall I just love the concept. I think the idea of just a space cop is just fun. So like I'm looking forward to this series, and I've heard some chatter from people that say they don't like it, right? But I gotta be, but truthfully, I gotta be like, you know what? Shut up. because here's my thing. Grant Morrison, I was reading reviews of like some Grant Morrison stuff this past weekend for an article. Grant Morrison, some people like to say he's a love it or hate it type of writer, right? I think that with Grant Morrison, it's not love it or hate it. It's either you love it or you're confused by it, and therefore you just distance yourself from it
Oh,
entirely. And that's because
okay.
Grant Morrison gets a little trippy, he gets a little existential, he gets very like heady. And so if you give him something like Green Lantern, he's going to take it as far as possible, and that's exactly what he's doing on the series. So uh he treats I think Morrison, what I think turns people off about Morrison is he doesn't plot the way that other people plot. He uses ideas as a plot element, you know? And so those
Mhm.
ideas are what are the narrative that just string you along through several issues. And that's what I look forward to with this Green Lantern series.
Right.
So I'm very excited about that.
Mhm.
Um, so hey, I almost forgot to include our viewers. Like what are some of you guys saying in the chat right now? Let's see.
Ooh.
Hello. Hello, John McCormick. Hello yourself. Hi
Hi,
everyone.
John.
What's up, Christopher
Hey,
Molina?
Christopher.
Rena Keller. Hey, what's up? Jason Robert Statham. I know a couple of our stores have taken
Ooh.
a couple of our stores have taken the downtime to renovate and renew their stores. There's a lot of people eager to get back into them. I agree.
Ooh.
Actually, my default comic shop is not open because of a county-wide ban, and they happen to be in that county.
Mhm.
So I look forward to them coming back. Anything else there, Johnny? I just stepped in, so I assume you're speaking of the bog of eternal stench. Okay. Not quite.
I hope not.
I hope not. I'll leave that one alone. But yeah, so like as always, let us know what you're reading in the comments. Use the hashtag back the comeback across any social media platform, but also let us know in the comments right now. And we want reading suggestions. We want to know what you guys are into. Like, give us a holler. Like, give us some things to pick up this week. So. Oh, you know what? Actually, how about some big ticket items real quick before we transition? I want to point out that
Oh, true.
two really big things happened this week. Marvel Comics is back into comic shops, right? So there's a bunch of new Marvel titles dropping this week, which is huge for a lot of people, including myself, because I saw Marauders was in there, which means we're getting more Jonathan Hickman X-Men eventually. So I'm all over that. But
Die.
also, there's a new previews catalog this week, guys. Like, look at that. Like, I had so many people. Yes, I had so many people in the comments on our Facebook, on our Twitter, asking us like, "What's the deal with
Mhm.
previews? What are you guys going to do? How are you guys going to make this work? Because you haven't been out for a month." Well, this month covers 2 months worth of content, so we're going to catch you guys up. You'll notice that there's less stuff from certain publishers this month. And that's because we want to give
Mhm.
stores an opportunity to allow you to catch up, but also not to inundate stores with a bunch of comic books. Like, look, we're all guilty of this, right? I was just talking about Green Lantern. I'm behind, right? And the last thing you want is to be more behind because 3 months worth of product just
Mhm.
floods the shelves. So we're giving
Mhm.
everybody, including you, the consumer, the opportunity to do that. So definitely pick up previews, see what's coming up in the next 2 months, and support your local comic shop. So on that note, Ashton,
Troy.
how about a little versus?
I'm ready.
All right, let's do it. It's time for. So it's all you, Ashton. Where are we going? Who's pitting who against who this week?
Oh, okay. Right, got it. Okay, so Troy asked you on Previews World. I believe it originated on Previews World, and then it came over on Free Comic Book Day. We asked you guys to tell us which character between these two you think is more overpowered, and we pit Bugs Bunny against Vegeta, and it was very divisive.
It was very divisive.
Nick says Vegeta is an extremely angry man who takes himself super seriously. He's basically Bugs Bunny's natural prey. Christian said Bugs has a buttload of plot armor, which makes him more OP.
I actually like that. Yeah.
Matt Collins said, we've sort of seen this kind of matchup in Dragon Ball Super when Vegeta fought RL. Ooh, I don't want to mess that up. Person, don't hate me. And got his butt handed to him because of her access to toon physics and slapstick humor. Okay.
Look at that.
Roger said, to those who say Bugs is more overpowered, imagine how much more overpowered he'd be if he'd taken that left turn at Albuquerque. Blake says, Vegeta can blast Bugs all he wants to. He'll still show up behind a conveniently placed rock in full drag with those come-hither eyes, ready to trick him into shooting himself or falling off a comically steep cliff. And his eyeshadow will be
Ashton pushed to have that one included on the roundup of comments, and I understand now why. So yeah, I mean, it was kind of a goof, right? We just kind of threw that poll out there, and anytime something hits Free Comic Book Day, there's a poll actually, and Vegeta got blown out the water. Look at that.
Right. Like, surprisingly, it was not even close. Like, I thought it would be at least a little closer.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised by this, too. Look, the running gag is, I represent a certain demographic, right? And therefore, I should like Dragon Ball, but I am not a big Dragon Ball fan. I don't even know anything about Dragon Ball, right? Not really. To the point that some people are saying, like, Vegeta sucks. Why would you choose him? You should choose this character. And I was like, sorry guys, I thought Vegeta was like super powered. But it didn't matter in the long run because Vegeta was going to be the loser anyway, which I guess tracks with the character's history. Yeah, we threw that out there and absolutely loved that. We got more comments. Yeah, absolutely love that people just jumped all over it. Damien says, "Ooh, and when all else fails, or you think the next Super Saiyan mode will be trouble, you can't count out Bugs Super Carrots." Actually, that's good. Shout out to the Bugs Bunny episode where he became a superhero. He literally wore pajamas. That was actually pretty great. So, Ashton, I have a question for you. Bugs Bunny clearly is like one of the most powerful creatures in the known universe, right? Most powerful entities in the universe, right? I mean, that's
absolutely
it's him and Stone Cold Steve Austin at this point, right? But
exactly,
there has to be somebody else who can defeat Bugs Bunny, right? So you would think, right? So what about Scott Pilgrim?
Ooh, oh gosh. Okay.
See what I did there?
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel trapped.
Because see, here's the thing, right? Like,
you know what? When we did this like a couple weeks back, or probably a couple months at this point. Time has no meaning. We did like Pikachu versus Spider-Ham, and everyone was like hard pressed about Spider-Ham because of the cartoon physics thing.
Yeah, right.
And like that seemed to be the fallback. And I'm trying desperately like not to be that person this time around, but like the cartoon physics, like it does feel like some sort of invincible armor.
No, it does. I mean, like I love the term plot armor because that's very accurate what Bugs Bunny does episode to episode. Like he is undefeated. And like, I think that it's interesting to me that cartoon physics like it seems to be the trump card, right? And so I mentioned Scott Pilgrim just because, first of all, Scott Pilgrim has taken on the world, right? I mean, we know this for a fact. But Scott Pilgrim has video game physics, which makes me wonder, which I feel is like cartoon physics adjacent. You get what I mean?
Yeah, I would say. Yeah.
Like not exactly cartoon physics, but I mean, he could get another life. You know what I mean? Like he could literally like pluck another life.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. Scott Pilgrim. I don't know. What about Scarlet Witch? Oh, hold on. Damien's got something here. Scott only has a chance if it's a bass competition. That's a good point. Plus, if you replace his hidden DJ with an old WB orchestra, he might not know what to do. I love the deep Looney Tunes lore coming into the chat. This is amazing. I love it. Actually, Johnny. I'm gonna shout out Johnny in our private chat. He says Scott Pilgrim runs out of lives, then he's gone. That's a good point. Actually, that's a very good point.
Okay.
What about Scarlet Witch? How about Scarlet Witch, Ashton, the person who wiped out all the mutants on the face of the earth?
Right. Do you know what? I gotta say Bugs Bunny though, just for like the simple reason of like down the line, Scarlet Witch, comes a good guy, whatever, has feelings for Vision, and feels very strongly about things, which, as we saw with Elmer Fudd, is like your ultimate downfall with Bugs Bunny. So.
Yeah, that's true. I would say Scarlet Witch is obsessed, and Bugs Bunny likes to exploit obsessive people. So I think actually I like that. That's a good answer.
Yeah.
What about Thanos?
Oh no. Oh man, Bugs Bunny deserves so much better. Okay, hold on. Follow-up question.
Yeah, go for it.
Is it just like Thanos hard stop, or is it Thanos like with the Infinity Gauntlet?
You know, I'm going to say the Infinity Gauntlet itself is plot armor. Man,
Right.
that's a good one. Because here's the thing, right? Bugs Bunny, if you look at Bugs Bunny, he's able to do everything that the Infinity Gauntlet can do without the Infinity Gauntlet.
I mean, you're not wrong.
So you know what? Give Thanos like some like balance here. Let him have the Infinity Gauntlet. Now what?
Wow, you know what? Because like Bugs Bunny could just like pull like a random hole into a different dimension like out of his pocket, even though he doesn't have a pocket.
You're right, exactly. I mean, what he does, Bugs Bunny can do space, he can be time, he can do reality. What are the other two? I forgot. Was it Power Stone and the other one I can't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, the soul stone. There you go. Right. So, all right, yeah. Maybe Thanos and Bugs Bunny would be a little bit closer to a draw. I can't call it. I'm curious what the chat thinks. Bugs Bunny or Thanos? Let us know.
Yeah. Is this our next poll?
It might have to be. Bugs hasn't faced. Damien again says Bugs hasn't faced very many females. Scarlet, wait. Bugs already beat Little Red Riding Hood. He did. Damien's just throwing him out there. I love this. Mandy says Scarlet Witch can change reality of physics of cartoons. Oh,
okay, that's
good. I like that actually. Man,
that's a great point. Yeah,
that's actually really interesting. Okay, she might give him a run for his money. All right, I'm with that. What about? I don't know if you're a big Watchmen fan, Ashton.
I'm not. I can pick something completely blindly and offend everybody.
Well, I'll speak for you on this one. I like Dr. Manhattan, right? I mean, we're familiar with Dr. Manhattan, the big blue wang and Watchmen, right?
Yeah. Okay, I at least got that personal knowledge.
Right, there you go. I feel like if you're not familiar with Watchmen, that's what you recognize.
Right.
Yeah, so okay, Dr. Manhattan, right? Like he's able to bend reality. He's able to. I don't know if he can travel through time, but he kind of can actually. Like he's able to be in various places all at the same time across different extensions of time. Man, Dr. Manhattan could be interesting. I feel like Dr. Manhattan wouldn't be fun though. Like, you know what? Actually, you know what? I know what it is. Here's the thing. Bugs Bunny does everything for a laugh, for his own amusement, right? And I think that he could not beat Dr. Manhattan, right? Because Dr. Manhattan wouldn't laugh. He wouldn't think it was funny. He wouldn't even get the concept of the humor behind it. Like he wouldn't give Bugs Bunny the satisfaction that Bugs Bunny so desperately needs. So that actually might break Bugs Bunny.
I could be convinced of that.
Okay, I'm just saying. There's a good possibility. Damien here says Bugs would pull out the Infinity ear warmers just to be swarmy. When he snaps his fingers, he gets an ending screen with an assist from Porky. Well, now you're bringing video game physics into this. He's doing these. That's also a shout out to the Marvel vs. Capcom game, so I'm with that too. All right, last one. Ashton, you got to decide. You ready?
Okay.
Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
Versus Batman.
Okay, so I had a knee-jerk reaction for this. Mm-hmm. Okay. So my knee-jerk reaction was Bugs Bunny, just based purely off of like, I say this a lot, and Lance, our third Q-mate, always like, I think, laughs at me, because Batman is very complaining. So
He's very what?
I think complaining. Like,
Oh,
he
okay.
complains a lot.
Okay. Uh,
So I think Bugs Bunny could, for no reason at all, based on his complaints, I think Bugs Bunny could beat him. But if I'm gonna like double down on your Dr. Manhattan theory about like the humor and Bugs Bunny being fed by that, and this is going a little off book because I'm gonna reach into the Dark Knight for this one.
okay.
When he's in the interrogation room with the Joker,
Mhm.
and the Joker's like intentionally prodding him, and he's like getting more and more and more upset, like Bugs Bunny would do the same exact thing, and Batman
Yeah.
finally just like loses his cool. So it would
Mhm.
be the same thing. I think Bugs Bunny would win.
Okay. All right. I like that. I got that. Johnny says, "Let's just be certain of one thing: Bugs would murder Archie." Oh.
I'm gonna say no. Hold on, I'm putting my foot down here.
Yeah, there you go. You finally got Ashton. I don't know,
Because
Ashton.
like comic book Archie, especially like older, like original Archie in like the 40s and 50s and 60s, etc., before the relaunch, like old Archie subscribes to a lot of the same like ridiculous humor as Bugs Bunny. Like the whole bucket on the head thing was like Archie's go-to. I think
Right.
Archie is like stupid in the same way that Bugs Bunny is. If they would just be like this duel of like dumb behavior to see who comes out on top.
Okay. All right. I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm with that. Oh, Ilya says Batman is literally a rich
Ooh.
psychopath who illegally harms people for his own amusement to try and fix his childhood issue. I mean, that's
Ooh.
fair. I
Yeah.
don't. I don't know if that's an answer though, Ilya. You got to tell us Bugs Bunny or Batman, because I might actually lean on Batman if you give me that answer. Damien says now I'm picturing Batman up on the roof, mumbling and swearing to himself, scaring the squatters below. I mean, isn't that what he normally does? I mean. Rain Baker, if
Yes.
Bugs puts on a dress, Betty and Veronica will take him down.
Agreed. Agreed. Thank you, Rain. No contest.
Yes, you know what? Winner. I think we finally found the person who could beat Bugs Bunny, and it's Betty and Veronica, by pure hatred of being the third. I love that. Okay, all right. I love that. Anybody else you want to throw into the pool of versus Bugs Bunny, Ashton?
Do you know what? I was just thinking I wanted to ask you this one since I stay on theme with my current Avatar obsession, and another character that has like subscribes to weird cartoon physics.
Uh-huh.
Appa, and then also Momo.
Oh. Huh. I don't think Appa would be at all interested. I feel like Appa would be kind of like, you know what I mean? Appa would neither indulge Bugs Bunny or like, or find the need to like fight him in any real way. Um Momo, Momo on the other hand, I won't say he's in the exact same realm as Bugs Bunny. But he does adhere to cartoon
Mhm.
physics, I think more cartoon physics more than Appa does. So
Yeah.
that could be interesting. Maybe. I would still probably lean on
Okay.
Bugs. I was probably still lean on Bugs, but
Yeah.
I think the Momo situation could be interesting. I'll put it like that. How about that? Ilya, yep, up, yeah, yeet, up, yeet. Hey, you know what? Ilya says Momo cray cray. He is wild. Momo can fight. Okay, hey, you know what?
Momo
Oh,
can fight.
there you go. Damon says if you go that far back with Archie, then you'll go all the way with Bugs, bringing back his old screwball version, more like OG Daffy Duck. Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
You've been
All right,
challenged,
I got
Ashton.
one more for you, Troy.
Okay, we got.
Bugs Bunny versus the ultimate comic book OP, Superman.
Oh, I'm surprised I didn't think of Superman actually. Um, hmm. I could see. You know what? In this situation, I could see Bugs Bunny. I could see Superman getting the Elmer Fudd treatment. I
Oh,
really could. I could see Superman swooping in, not really trying to hunt him down. Actually, yeah, that's right. They've done this before. Well, they're both Warner Brothers properties, right? So there you go.
oh,
Um,
right. Okay.
but yeah, I think Superman would probably swoop in with the best of intentions. Bugs Bunny would kind of like just like run circles around him, not physically, but just kind of like just joke to just running joking circles around him, or whatever you want to call it. Um, and
Yeah.
I could see Superman actually taking a double barrel shotgun to the face, much like Daffy Duck did in the past, because of Bugs Bunny. So yeah, I could see him getting looped into the duck season, rabbit season argument. I could see Superman falling for all the dumb stuff that all the other Looney Tunes characters fall for. So I guess
Right.
Bugs Bunny. I guess I would give it to Bugs Bunny again. There you go. Oh wait, how about Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Bugs Bunny?
Wow.
I'm waiting.
I want to say Stone Cold because there's something so funny to me about him like sweating in his vest, like giving a stunner to a rabbit. Like, relax, bud.
I mean, I distinctly remember him giving a stunner to Santa Claus. So so and also I don't think Stone Cold allows any time for jokes. Like he would literally just come down the aisle, like look Bugs Bunny in the face long enough for Bugs Bunny to maybe try to say a joke, and then and then would get stunned, and then Stone Cold would leave, and that would be it.
Right.
That would be the whole bit. So okay, Stone Cold Steve Austin's the only other person on this list besides Betty and Veronica who could beat Bugs Bunny.
Right.
And Chuck Norris. Okay, and you know what? No, I'm not doing
Okay.
Chuck Norris. Enough with the Chuck Norris. No, I'm not doing it. I deny Chuck Norris in this conversation. I've had enough of these Chuck Norris can beat anybody debates. We need somebody else. Anyway, I think that's almost it for this week's show. Johnny's telling us, Jory, wrap it up. This is ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up.
Right.
So Ashton, do we have a comic shop shout out this week or what?
We do have a comic shop shout out. This week's comic shop shout out goes to Graham Cracker Comics. Oh, wonderful. And this is from Catherine.
Nice. And I swear that is probably the most delicious comic shop name ever.
Agreed.
Agreed.
So if you want to have us shout out your comic book store on Previews World Weekly, find us on social media, tag your shop if they have a page, and then also tag it using hashtag Back the Comeback. We're switching it up for a bit. Use hashtag Back the Comeback to shout out your shop, and also show them a little extra love, and we will find it and we will feature them on the show.
There you go. And you know what? You said all those things that I need to say, so I guess we're good. Oh, you know what? I should always remind people every Tuesday and Thursday, we do a little thing called Quiplash, where I call them the Previews World All-Stars, right? Which is Ashton, myself, Natasha, and Amia, including host Johnny Rose, who's done a great job hosting our game night. We joke that Johnny missed his calling because this is his comfort zone. And
Right.
Diamond International Gallery's Josh Jeppy join us every week for like a game of Jackbox, a game of Jackbox TV. A game
You're killing it.
There you go. A game of Quiplash via Jackbox TV. So join us, join the chat. Like it goes off the rails very quickly. It's kind of uncut actually. This past episode there was maybe a lot of bedroom talk.
Sorry. Well,
there was quite a bit of that, which was pretty surprising. So put the kids to bed and join us for game night every Tuesday and Thursday at 4 p.m. And definitely check out Comic Talk with Ashton and Anamia. They're going to have a special guest on this week, which is Harley Solbaka from Humanoid. She's going to tell us what's going on in the world of European comics and also the H1 series, their superhero line that's been curated by Mark Waid, and just talk about comics in general. So that should be fun. It'll be ladies' night on Comic Talk this week. So enjoy that. Have fun with that.
ooh.
There you go. And that's it for this week's episode of Previews World Weekly, guys. Keep us informed about who else we should pit Bugs Bunny against. Maybe we'll make this an ongoing thing if we have to. And I've been one of your hosts, Troy Jeffrey Allen.
I've been your other host, Ashton Greenwood.
And we will see you guys at the spinner rack. Catch you later.